Welcome back everyone to another exciting and eye-opening journey into the world of rare coins where the smallest pieces of metal can carry stories of history, mistakes, treasures and fortunes beyond imagination. Today we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating and talked about coins of modern American coinage, the Liberty 1-cent coin from the year 1982. At first glance it looks like any ordinary penny, something people might pass over without even noticing, but when you take a closer look you will realize that the 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin hides secrets and rare varieties that can make it worth a fortune. In fact, some examples of this coin have been valued in today's market at an astonishing $54 million, a mind-blowing amount considering its face value is just 1 cent. This incredible gap between face value and market value is what makes this coin so legendary among collectors, historians and investors. The story of the 1982 1-cent Liberty coin is full of twists, changes and unique circumstances in the history of the United States Mint. To understand why this coin became so important, we have to go back to the early 1980s. Before 1982, all pennies were made primarily of copper, a metal that was abundant for many years and gave the American 1-cent coin its traditional reddish color. For decades people grew up seeing copper cents in their pockets, but by the late 1970s and early 1980s the value of copper itself began to rise dramatically. The cost of making a penny out of pure copper was becoming more expensive than the penny was worth, which was a huge problem for the U.S. Mint. Imagine producing a 1-cent coin that cost more than 1 cent to make. This was not sustainable. So in 1982 a major change happened in American coinage history. The U.S. Mint switched from making pennies out of 95% copper to producing them with a new composition of copper-plated zinc. These new coins had a zinc core with a thin layer of copper on the outside to maintain the familiar look, but they were much cheaper to produce. However, this was not a smooth transition. During 1982 both types of pennies were minted. That means there are copper pennies from 1982 and zinc pennies from 1982, and distinguishing between the two has become a major quest for collectors. Some of these varieties are extremely rare and because of that their value skyrocketed. The year 1982 also produced not just one or two but multiple varieties of the Liberty 1-cent coin. There were large date versions, small date versions, copper composition and zinc composition, all struck in different mints such as Philadelphia, Denver and San Francisco. When you put all these varieties together you get a fascinating puzzle of coinage history where small details